Hi, Mark Veruna with Printing News and PrintingNews.com here at day 2 of GRAPH EXPO 2015, and we're here with Jeff Hayzlett, and Jeff is an old friend of the industry.
Don't say old like like that's an insulting thing.
No,
that's a good thing.
Influential. Many people will remember Jeff as the CMO at Kodak a few years back, and I'm going to let him tell us what he's been up to since then. I know I've seen you on in-flight TV with the C-Suite.
Yep, that's right. You're on United Television. We're on United, Lufthansa. We're on a lot of different airlines because of our Bloomberg connection. We have a television show that's been on Bloomberg, a primetime television show. We recently announced that we pulled that online because we're going digital, like a lot of people, just like a lot of the print industry has done over the years. We've also gone digital as well. We actually saw more people watching our show online than were watching through broadcast. So we made that move and did an over-the-top offering with Pixel, which is a company that's run by Kevin Joyce, who also used to be in the industry.
Is that right?
And Kevin is now the president and chief operating officer of that company as well.
Excellent. And what else are you doing these days with TV? I know you're doing some other stuff too.
Yeah, we have a number of television shows that we have with the C-Suite Television Network. I have a new show on CBS as well, on Play.it. It's a podcast. And I have guests like Steve Forbes, Gene Simmons, Piers Morgan, General Wesley Clark, just booked Seth Godin today. Oh gosh, my goodness, Kevin Jonas. I got Judge Alex on, he's a good friend of mine as well, does his own show. And we talk about all things business, about the running of their business, which I like to kind of get behind. Well, how does like Judge Alex, how does his show work and how do you make money from that? What lessons did he learn as an attorney, a prosecutor, and a former highway patrolman, and how he did it and how he came into business and what he liked then and what I like now. Those are some of the questions I'll ask him, by the way.
Interesting.
Yeah, and books. I got a new book out called Think Big, Act Bigger, which is a new #1 bestseller. It's you can buy it. I still a believer in print. I'm the biggest cheerleader for print since Gutenberg. So
well, you've always been a great print ambassador. Matter of fact, I want to show everybody. Jeff actually has a business card just for the book. See
that's
that?
Right, just for the book. I mean, if you're printing, you should have that, right?
That's right.
I've got one for the TV shows too. We can pull out a plethora of cards, and we can have a complete set. But yeah, I'm a huge believer in print. In fact, we're still seeing print works really well, even in the mix of the things that we do. Barnes & Noble is giving away a copy of my book with the purchase of a Nook, which is an e-book, but the print book's still what I love. They're in the airports now. You can see them here at O'Hare and almost every major airport.
Aren't you doing some book signings here at the show?
I'm going to be doing a book signing at the show for Bell & Howell. Bell & Howell's asked me to come by and do a book signing, which I love, and I've got a whole bunch of pins here, if you can see. I got all my Sharpies that I carry around and sign books. And the other day I signed for 2,000 books the other day for a group, and someone said, "Are you getting tired?" I said, "Not when you're paying me." You never get tired of that.
So talk to us a little bit, Jeff, about the intent of the book or what your goal is in terms of inspiring business leaders and entrepreneurs.
Well, some of it I learned right here in the printing industry. I was in the printing industry for decades, and still love it. Still involved in some way. We work a lot with Sir Speedy and Pip and the guys at Team Logic. They're part of our board of directors. Don Lowe and Rich Lowe are board of directors for us for our C-Suite network. But
good friends of ours.
Yeah, they're good friends of everybody. I mean, Don Lowe is like these guys are my best friends and have been for many years. But yeah, we're still using print every single day, and the book's all about think big, act bigger. Making a bigger, badder, bolder version of yourself, which you have to do in the print industry right now. You have to stand out. You have to do things a little bit differently. And the book was, part of my outgrowth from the printing industry, where people were saying, "Well, we can't do this, we can't do that." We had that at Kodak for a while too, where people said, "Well, we tried that," or "It's not in the budget." And I'm so sick and tired of hearing these excuses. And no matter what we do, this is about empowerment. This is about a book that says the only successful people that I know are the relentless ones, not the lucky ones. Relentless, and it's about being relentless. And I think in the printing industry, you got to be relentless.
Definitely. The other thing I wanted to ask Jeff, or let people know about, is you've been in the industry for decades, like you said, but your background is you were a print firm owner, right?
I did. I bought a printing operation. I was in the public relations business in 1986. I was doing so much business with a printer. I was about half his revenue. I went out and bought him, and didn't know the first thing about it. Like I think one of your old editors from Quick Printing Magazine, how to make a small fortune in printing, start with a large one. I learned that way, but And I remember my first year was profitable, my next 2 years was terrible, and then my last year was profitable again. I sold that business and was a lobbyist for the printing industry for a while. And then I went and joined Mailwell, which became Synveo. Did a lot of work with discount labels, and then Print Excel, and then worked my way up through Mailwell, and then became part of Synveo before it was sold to the Burton Group.
Right.
And once that was sold to the Burton Group, and a bunch of us left, and then I took a year off and went to work at Kodak.
And for the benefit of some of the people maybe who are a bit younger, maybe don't know you, but you sat in this chair, their chair, the owner's chair. Talk a little bit to us about the C-suite and the C-level exec. What is that when we say C-level executive?
That's a great example of at C-level. When we talk about our C-suite network, now we're targeting businesses that are over 10 million. Which are a number of businesses, and then businesses over 100 million and business over $1 billion. But C-suite refers to those officers that have C in their name, as in Chief Marketing Officer, Chief Information Officer, Chief Financial Officer. So these are VPs or higher in companies.
Okay.
And so these are the folks that sit around that boardroom table at the elite of elite. Now I was lucky enough to be in a Fortune 100 company at a C level, which is only 500 officers in the world, So lucky enough to have ascended to that level and have served at that level. And that's why I built the shows that I did called the C-Suite with Jeffrey Hayzlett, because we'd make decisions, or I'd see things in the news and go, what happened, About, I take people into where 99% of the people who in the company never get a chance to walk into, and that being the C-Suite. And so, and that's the top, typically the top floors of the businesses, the corner suites of the businesses, so to speak. And what I like to do is peel that back and show people what the real conversations are, because it doesn't make a difference whether you're on Wall Street or on Main Street. It's just the numbers of zeros behind it. You're making the same kinds of decisions and the same kinds of people, quite frankly.
Yeah. I know some of the episodes that I've seen you do, it's a wide range of companies.
Oh yeah.
I think one of them was CrossFit.
CrossFit was our number one show was CrossFit.
Yeah.
We've got more views watching CrossFit. I mean, we were seeing many tens of thousands, up to 100,000 people a day watch that show, which is for a business show, huge numbers,
Yeah.
big numbers.
So give us a pearl of wisdom or two, Jeff. All these different businesses. If we can bring it back to printing and the printing industry, when we talk about an essential truth, these C-level executives, what's the one or two essential truths that these guys,
in the book, I give you one, and that's around focus, and I call it kill the squirrels. Now you remember the movie Up with the Ed Asner character, and it had a little young man who was a scout, and they met Doug the talking dog.
Doug the dog.
Yeah, Doug the dog, and Doug would have this collar that his master gave him that allowed him to talk, and you could hear Doug's thoughts. So as Doug ran up to you, could hear what he was talking about, and he would say, "I like you. I think you're very nice. You're a very kind person." And all of a sudden he would go, "Squirrel."
Yes.
And he would yell squirrel. So in business today, those of us that are sitting in the C-suite, those that are listening and watching right now, need to kill squirrels. So those squirrels will come along every minute of every day, and you've got to get down to what we call the conditions of satisfaction. The second thing, that is, what are the conditions of satisfaction driving your business? What are the 1 to 5 things that you need to make sure that you get done to drive your business to the next level? Those are the things you need to focus on.
Well, I'm going to come over later and get a book from you. You can sign it with your Sharpie for me.
Come on in. I got some Sharpies. I'm ready to sign. We love signing books. We love signing print. Print rocks. It always has, always will. And I just think it's one of the best and most trusted medium in marketing. I've been a marketer for years, and print is really there. It's very, very effective and still one of the best ones here. It's the most trusted medium in the world. Most trusted medium in the world.
It's great to hear, and it's always great to see you, Jeff.
And it smells good. It smells good. It smells like money. It smells like money.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.